Gentleman's game here. Have you ever been in a social setting where you come across a guy who just had this ultimate player vibe? Like the F-boy. The kind of guy who just seemed to know how to get all the girls in the room trying to get his attention without even trying? Well, I bet you have. And I also bet it made you feel a level of insecurity. Like, why can't I be at that level? Why can't I be the guy who just knows how to effortlessly attract women, instead of being lonely and frustrated all the time? No worries though, because I'm here to help. In fact, I'm gonna let you guys in on 4 skills that you can leverage to become that player, the guy who has almost limitless dating options. And once you have that abundance of options, you can choose a girl to date more seriously, a girl who checks all your boxes. But you should always choose your partner from a place of abundance, not from a place of scarcity. So by applying these 4 skills, you'll get to that high status level and gain that abundance. But first, do me a favor and give this video a like, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Now, on to the video. So the first skill you need to become the ultimate player is to get her attention. And here's what I mean by this. See, when most people think getting her attention, they think, oh, I have to be flashy, I need the nice watch, the nice car, the 6-pack abs, then she'll notice me. And sure, those things can help to an extent, but what I really mean is to trigger something in her. Something that makes her want to get to know you more, that makes her curious about you. An example of this is when you first introduce yourself to a girl. Most guys will give a forgettable smile, a forgettable handshake, and a meek, "Hi, I'm Jack, nice to meet you." Boring. See, the moment she meets you, she's already subconsciously putting you in a mental bucket. If you want to be in the friend zone or acquaintance bucket, then that meek way of greeting her is fine. But if you want her to put you in a potential lover bucket, you need to make her notice your energy. Now, there are several ways you can do this. One way is through powerful eye contact, having that confident slight smirk and a simple, "Hey, name's Alan," with that confident, assertive tone in your voice. You instantly stand out when you do this, simply because other guys are afraid to. When you have this aura, like you're comfortable in your own skin and you're not afraid to create sexual tension with a girl right off the bat, you will definitely get her attention. You won't let yourself get put into the friend zone bucket simply through your energy, the way you carry yourself around her. Now, getting her attention can also come in a literal sense. If you're not being properly introduced to her, like, you two are having a formal introduction, then you're still going to have to get her attention. For example, let's say you see a cute girl at a club or a bar. If you just go up to her and say hi, there's a solid chance she won't even notice you because of the loud music blasting in the background. What you're gonna wanna do is get within her view, dance, and have the time of your life in front of her so she can see you. Then turn around with again that smirk after locking eye contact with her. Good body language transcends any loud music that's playing, so she'll immediately notice you and the good vibes you're giving off. And as a result, her attention will be all on you. The more you practice getting her attention, the more attention you'll start receiving from females in general. Now, the second skill you want to master in order to unlock your inner player is by properly having self-maintenance. Now, we all know how important looks are when it comes to attracting the opposite sex. But instead of having the defeatist mindset of focusing on the physical parts of yourself you can't change, like your height or your race, focus on things you can change. I've made tons of videos on this before, but staying in proper shape will massively help you become sexier to women. Literally, all you need to do is to get to around 11 to 12% body fat with a decent amount of muscle, and you'll have that athletic build that women love so much. Staying in lean shape will also make your face more physically attractive as well. You'll have that overall manlier look, with your jawline showing more and your cheeks hollowing out a bit instead of being round. Then there are other aspects of self-maintenance like grooming. getting a fresh haircut or hairstyle, keeping your facial hair neat and trim if you can grow any, and then last but not least, skincare, to make sure you stay younger looking as you enter your late 20s or 30s. And speaking of skincare, let me talk about the sponsor of today's video, Tiege Hanley. These guys have really helped me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the whole thing straightforward and uncomplicated. Honestly, it's probably the best skincare system out there for guys like us. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime, a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of dead skin cells, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Another great part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really make the process of achieving and maintaining great skin amazingly easy. I've been using their products for a little while now, and I'm hooked. It might sound weird, but I look forward to my morning and evening routines because I just feel good, like I'm more confident after using their products. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including 25% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, you can pause or cancel at any time, and you get free US shipping. If you're outside the US, they offer low-cost shipping to most countries. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering you guys a special deal. Just click the first link in the description, and not only will you get Tiege Hanley for the best possible price, but they'll also give you a free gift with your first box. Click that link and get started for just $25 if you're ready to up your skincare game and become a more attractive version of yourself. Now back to the video. The third skill you need to be a player is knowing how to physically escalate. Now, I literally just made a video on this, so I'm not going to get too much into it here. Make sure you check that video if you haven't yet. But what I will say is that knowing how to physically escalate on a woman when you're out with her is one of the most key aspects of being a confident player. At the end of the day, no matter how nice she is, no matter how innocent you think she is, she still expects you to make the first move. After all, you're the man. It's your role, and there's no getting around that. In fact, I'd say that 90% of women would never physically escalate on you first, even if they're attracted to you. They'll just give you as many signals as possible that they want you to escalate. Green lights, so to speak. Once you start understanding how to get a girl's attention, vibe with her, and then how to physically escalate effectively, how to make her go from thinking you're a catch to making out with you in her bedroom on the same night, then being a player is just an inevitability. And then last but not least, the fourth and final skill you need to learn about today is how to retain a girl's investment. You know, I get so many messages every day from guys begging for advice, and almost half of them have the same issue when it comes to some girl they like. They'll say something like, "Gentleman's game, please help me out. There's this girl I really like, and we were texting each other almost every day last month. We even went out on a date, and I think we got along really well. But then this week, all of a sudden, she's not responding to my text as much. I tried suggesting to hang out, but she's just not interested. What happened? What went wrong, and how do I get her to like me again?" And the reason that girl lost interest, I always say, is simply because you didn't know how to keep her invested. See, most girls lose interest if you're not playing the game the right way. If you're too pushy, if you seem too eager to hang out with her, if she already knows she has you eating out the palm of her hands, then it's boring for her. See, women want to feel like they earned your attraction, like they had to win you over and that you chose her instead of some other girl. This makes her feel special, like you were a high-value guy who could have had anyone but chose her. And there's a few ways to do this so she doesn't lose interest, especially if she's an attractive girl who has options herself. The obvious way is to simply not be too overly committal to her, especially if you two aren't officially dating yet. You want her to see that you're a social dude, someone with options, Someone that's busy at times because you're so on your purpose. You never want to give the impression to her that you have nothing better to do than to be texting her all day, or else she'll lose interest quick. Another thing you can do is to simply be more patient in how you open up to her. If you start telling her all your life stories, all your fears and dreams and hopes in life on the very first date, well then she's quickly going to have you figured out. But if you slowly reveal things over time, always surprising her with new stories you haven't told her before, skills you never showed her, and you take her to events she had no idea you'd be into, then all of a sudden you'd be much more interesting to her. You keep her guessing. She feels like she really has to take the time to get to know you to satisfy her own curiosity. Like, I remember I was dating this girl for over 9 months. I would take her out to movies, to concerts. We felt so comfortable around each other, we tell each other everything. At some point, she definitely thought she knew me really well. Then one night, an old song by Fall Out Boy starts playing, and I start singing along. And by the way, I'm a pretty darn good singer if I do say so myself. So imagine how shocked she was to discover that the dude she'd been dating for almost a year was secretly a great singer, and imagine how much she was giggling when I serenaded her throughout the whole song. See, the more you do this, the more you surprise her with things that she didn't know about you, then the more she'll see you as this awesome, mysterious enigma that she just can't help but to think about and obsess over. So those are 4 skills that really will make women obsessed with you. And to recap, they are: number 1, getting her attention the moment you meet her. Number 2, having proper self-maintenance. Number 3, knowing how to effectively physically escalate on a girl. And number 4, understanding how to retain a girl's investment to keep her interested. If you enjoyed this video, check out my free PDF on the fundamentals of attraction in the description box below. Next week, I have something planned that you're not gonna want to miss, so stay tuned. Peace.